Talking fishing, nothing but fishing for talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And welcome everyone to Talking Fishing, a big show coming your way. Travis Dowling is in the house.
Great to be here.
Cara Cummings is in the house.
Yes.
Welcome both of you.
Well, lovely to be here.
Adam's, short notice gone. He couldn't make it. No relation to COVID or anything like that. He's just had to go away.
What, this is temporary? I thought this was my chair now. Hang on a second. How'd I know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A big show coming up. Cara, is there any reason your stubby holders moved out of
Oh,
reach?
I'm just keeping it out of reach and distance, just to be safe tonight.
Yeah.
Don't.
Talk about that incident now.
What incident?
Exactly. I have seen the new stubby holders that they fix down, and thought I probably should get one of those.
Remember those grippy gloves? When they throw things, they stick in the
yes,
glove.
the Velcro.
But when you knock it with the back of your hand, it's never. That was something that happened a long time ago.
We don't need to talk about it.
I'll tell you what, big week. The weather just keeps going, doesn't it?
It's been like Darwin weather. It's been so hot and humid and it's just
Sticky.
beautiful. Yeah, sticky.
Even when that southerly change come through on Sunday, I got a story about that. I probably won't get time to tell it, but southerly change comes through, and then they back it up with a Monday 30 degrees.
Yeah,
I mean,
Monday and Tuesday. It's incredible. It's sort of
today was all right, wasn't it?
Sort of like December weather in March. Like it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Extended
Lots
summer.
to talk about tonight. No, and we're not going to mention the football, although I think there's a bit of
Adam
mailbag
gave me a
coming.
shirt to wear. I don't know where I've put it.
You haven't, have you? No. Collingwood supporters.
Go Lipinski got 30 touches.
Can I just say, Travis, that today, in particular today, you're not looking a day over 49, right? But tomorrow, on behalf of Cara and I, we just wish you a very happy 50th birthday for tomorrow.
Thank you.
I didn't realise it was the big 5-0 though.
It's the big 5-0. Yeah, he's a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a 100th birthday, isn't it?
It is.
For anyone that doesn't know, I'll get embarrassing now, but Travis has a twin brother. They actually look identical. Or one knows about fishing, the other one doesn't, and that's Travis. But both of you turn 50 tomorrow. And anyway, congratulations.
No,
happy birthday.
I appreciate it.
A lot to talk about, like I said, but catch of the week. I had to knock people back, and I apologise for that because you just get so many photos, and I know there's great tuna around and there's people prawning. I mean,
the diversity of fish, it's just
300
amazing.
people again at Lake Tyers on Saturday
Crazy.
night, and Harley from work went down there and he said, I'm out there prawning, right, on Saturday night with 300 people listening to Paul Kelly live at the pub.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It doesn't get any better.
No.
Yeah.
That is so good.
And shout out to the guys down there. They do a wonderful job and they're so friendly and Kevin, TC and all the crew down there and they're loving the prawning and it was the Duskies, then it was the Brim, now
The Trevally.
the Trevally was Trevally Alley down there for a few months and now the
King
prawns.
Central.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Amazing. But folks, let's have a look at what's been caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
Catch of the Week, brought to you by Shimano.
It was a full moon on Friday, and that means gummy sharks in Western Port. Zach Tizera got a lovely one. Have a look at that.
Ooh,
That's a great gummy.
It's a cracker.
that is.
I don't fish for gummies. Do you?
No, I don't. I caught one with sorry, when I say a friend of mine, Yorick, caught one when we were out with Bill Klassen fishing for snapper, and I was so jealous. I've never caught one in my life.
Yeah.
People at Fisheries, they swear by whiting heads, the head of a whiting.
Yeah. There's gummy shark bait.
Yeah, it's gummy shark bait. Swear by it. Yeah,
Okay,
interesting.
there you go. He wasn't the only one to catch one. Lenny Foster got a lovely gummy shark in Hastings, and a big shout out to Carol and Mick Foster, the grandparents too.
Great smile.
On your Lenny.
Yeah, lovely
happy.
smile.
That is a great. I think that was Lenny's PB.
Good on him.
Pretty brave too, holding
good.
up a shark like that.
Yeah. Tell you what, kids are out in force. I mean, it's not school holidays, is it?
Not yet.
Kids
Couple
were out in
weeks.
force last weekend. Wasn't a long weekend, wasn't anything. It was just a good weekend to get out. And if you didn't go to the footy, I shouldn't have gone to the footy. I should have gone fishing. And have a look at this. Shannon Parapaniris.
Oh, wow.
If I got that right. Now, a lot of snapper were caught in Port Phillip Bay on
beautiful
the weekend,
snapper.
but that's a cracker. 3.5 kilos off Mount Martha. Well done, Shannon. That's
Yeah.
a cracking fish. You've got to be proud of that. Not happy with the next one. I got this email from Steve, right? And it goes, "G'day lads," and Cara, of course. It doesn't actually say Cara, but "G'day lads," right? "Took the young bloke out today in the kayak, and this is what he managed." Well, firstly, I don't know why you'd teach kids that. Like that's
very
may as well
helpful.
teach them to smoke. Or
No.
barrack for Collingwood or something like that. Isn't it? Kayak fishing for kids.
Kayak fish, it's
Get
good.
them in a real
It's a
way.
healthy
Anyway,
sport.
no, nothing to take away from this. I am jealous, right? So Steve writes, his young fella, Logan Vesey, here's the photo, with his first ever rock flathead at 45 centimetres. He also got a yank flathead the same length, both caught while drifting in the kayak at Werribee South using fresh squid strips. Who catches a rock flathead and a yank flathead?
Yeah.
Like, I want to do that.
Well done, Logan.
I want a shirt like
yank
that. I want to catch
flathead.
fish like that.
I've never heard of that.
A
Yeah.
rock flathead
And
off
it-
Werribee.
Yeah,
Nuts.
How good is that?
incredible. Good eating too.
Anyway, Steve, fancy teaching the kids to fish out of a kayak
A lot of that
at that
nice
age. I don't know. It's Kids Week. Zoe Clark, have a look at this 34 centimetre redfin at
Oh.
Lauriston Reservoir.
That's a beautiful fish.
fantastic.
Where is Lauriston Reservoir?
That's up my
Your
way, Kyneton.
Yeah,
Macedon Ranges.
a
Beautiful
lot of
spot.
redfin up there.
Yes, quite a lot. Yep.
Yeah.
How's the access?
Great if you don't have a motored boat. You do need to remove any
Wasn't
petrol
Daniel
motors.
Andrews on this program 3 years ago saying he was going to open it up?
I know.
It's open, but you
Gotta
can
get you
only
to
have an
travel.
electric
Well,
motor, which makes it
you
very
can't
difficult.
have an electric motor,
No, you can.
Oh, yeah.
You can't have petrol,
but can you get the boat to the water?
not
Is there
unless
a
you
boat
take
ramp?
your petrol motor off. There's a
Oh, is it one of them?
there is a sort of boat ramp
Got till November
if you've
to
got
sort that
muscles
out.
and you can carry your boat onto the water.
Yeah.
reckon
It's a beautiful lake though, Laura.
Oh, I can't
It's a great
Lovely.
spot.
Those pine trees, did you go into where the
Yeah.
sort of those barbecue area and stuff like that?
And great
Travis,
for
I
the
can't
kids
get
too.
you on
Like,
I can't get to answer this, but Cara, do you think Daniel Andrews will come on the program this year? And
I really doubt he's going to come on the program.
okay, I'll just.
Well, I think it'd be
Got it.
great if you could get him on there. But
All right, we're going to
good
try.
luck with that.
Okay, let's keep going. I've got the yelling at us in the ear. Craig Ingram, 42 centimetre redfin lake eel. You were there, Trav. That is a cracking fish.
Very
That
good
is
fish. Very good fish.
Tasty.
Wow.
And he needed that one. He was.
You're in a comp.
Well, he was struggling in the Dowling v Ingram comp, and he pulled that one out, and that brought him home. Before that, he wasn't very happy. So yeah.
I don't know how that was. I don't know what day that was, but I saw him at Mud Island on Sunday. He gets around,
He
Craig.
does get around.
I tell you what, Lake Windaree in Ballarat is fishing
another great spot.
sensationally. Peter Frayne with a couple of beautiful brown trout. How good is that?
That's great.
41 centimetres of Lake Windaree browns. Another great place for trout, Lake Purrumbete, on fire. Manny Hyotis, I think that's how you say it, a 1.2 kilo
Wow.
rainbow trout. Well done, Manny. Do you know what I like about Tiff? Well, she's not here tonight. I don't like. No, I don't mean that. That's what I like about her.
That came across
She
wrong.
does good yabby races. She's
Does
great
excellent,
yabby
but
races.
She's
Yeah.
she's got the passion for fishing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're sitting at dinner before last week's show, and her partner Matt's FaceTiming with Murray Cott caught live on the camera. And we're going, Tiff goes home Wednesday morning,
Yeah.
hooks the tinny up, and have a look at this.
Yeah.
Catch of the week, Tiff. There you go.
Atta girl.
Lovely Murray
Yeah.
cod.
Yeah.
That's
At a chuka in the
fantastic.
Murray.
Good on her.
Tiff's on fire.
It's great to see the Murray fishing like that as well. A chuka's, like not that long ago, a chuka you would only find carp there really,
Yeah.
and now to just see that consistent catch of Murray cod
Yeah.
there, it's wonderful.
All right, got to fly through these ones. Scarlet Furnell, a lovely 67 centimetre dusky flathead
Lake Tyres.
from
Lovely.
Lake Tyres.
Beautiful.
Well done, Scarlett.
And her sister, Emmy Furnell, have a look at this, 38 centimetre brim at Lake Tyres.
Fat on
Well
fat on
done,
prawns.
girls.
All fat on prawns. This
Well,
one's
that's
even
all you
fatter.
fish with.
Yeah.
Roger Cicada, I think is how you say it, 48 centimetre.
Nice.
brim out of lake tyres. Well done.
48 centimetres. That's
a cracking brim. If you'd like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pics to info@ifish.com.au. Fish on!
I wanna go fishing.
Coming up next, Fisheries news. Travis has a new rec fishing licence advisory committee and another golden tag fish is captured with a funny twist. That's next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsling's Tackle World Cranbourne. Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start. I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat. Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Live from the studios of Channel 31 Melbourne, it's now time for some very fishy news.
Plenty of news tonight, Travis, and we
Very
might get you involved in this because
Excellent.
there's a few things to do with fisheries and Better Boating Victoria, although later in the program we're going to look at some photos from today of both Queenscliff and the North Arm at Lake Sentence. We'll have a look at photos taken this morning of those two projects that are up and running.
All Catherine Breck's good work, very exciting.
Yeah. North Arm's got a few issues that we'll talk about. There's some resolutions to that. And should be up and running by Easter, but that's all good.
Anyone who's worked with tradies gets that, understands.
Yeah,
Occasionally there's a few hiccups.
Yeah. Cara's looking for a new truck right now. All right, so the headline reads, second stage of Queenscliff ramp revamp begins. Work is underway on the second stage of a $4.5 million upgrade at the Queenscliff boat ramp, making it easier for boaters to access Port Phillip Bay or venture out to Bass Strait. The project's second stage is being managed by the Borough of Queenscliff, with crews on site this week to begin works. Construction is expected to be complete mid-year, and while crews are on site, the boat ramp is closed, and we've given everyone plenty of warning. The project's second round of improvements will centre on works at the boat ramp itself. The existing two-lane ramp will be widened and resurfaced, with a third lane built to offer a trio of 4-metre wide lanes with a grooved surface providing more traction. A new floating pontoon will be installed in the centre of the ramps, and the existing floating pontoons on either side of the ramp will be replaced with longer structures to allow more boats to be temporarily tied up. The outer pontoons will be spaced further apart to create more berthing space and feature better walkway access for boaters once they've parked their trailer. Great project.
Yeah, I'm just not sure that everyone really appreciates what $30 million a year going into boat ramps actually means. Like that Queenscliff ramp, I've launched at that many times. People have launched at it, like it was pretty rudimental. It's a small ramp, but it's the gateway to some of the best fishing getting around.
Yeah.
But all across the state at the moment, the boating revolution that's running out, like Queenscliff is going to be incredible. And when you think about the population growth around Geelong and the people that are going to be heading down there,
hotspot.
nets out of the bays, like Corio Bay, net free, coming out the front of Queenscliff, ducking around to Point Lonsdale or ducking around the other side. Like the next 10 years of fishing there, calamari, whiting,
if
floaties.
these tuna keep turning up.
Absolutely.
I mean, they weren't meant to be outside of Port
There'll be a new
Phillip
reef.
Heads.
There'll be a new reef to go and crack at the kingfish as well.
That's going in
It's
soon. Forgot about
amazing.
that.
Yeah. No, incredible.
So that is going to be a cracker. But people, please be patient. I mean, that project there's no good time, there's no bad time. You're going to be able to head out. I think the next season out of Queenscliff after winter is the big calamari. Although winter whiting are pretty good down there as well. But those big calamari that Queenscliff is the capital for, going to be launching. There'll be absolute chock-a-block car park for those big whiting, and everyone is going to be able to launch so easily.
Well, it's short-term pain, long-term gain, right? There's a
Absolutely.
bit of inconvenience, but it's like level crossings. It's like if you've ever renovated a house and you've got to sleep on the couch for a while or stay with the in-laws.
It's got to happen too.
Yeah, you're so excited to come back to it. It's going to be amazing.
All right, the next headline, really exciting future for young Victorian anglers is the headline. The Andrews Labor government is supporting the new generation of rec fishers through ongoing investment in the sector, including a series of free Vic Fish Kids events. So good you're bringing them back, Trev. So good. The events are giving young Victorians the chance to reel in a new hobby in a safe and supported environment with help from a range of fishing experts. The next event at Kennington Reservoir in Bendigo on Sunday, May the 1st. So put that in your diaries, Sunday, May the 1st, if you're from around the Bendigo area. Funded as part of the government's $35 million Go Fishing plan, an election commitment to get more people fishing more often. Events will also be held in Moorabbin and Seymour in the coming months, run alongside local fishing clubs and fish care. The event series ensures these young newcomers learn from experienced anglers about fishing about everything from knots, casting, bait selection, and what to do when they land their first fish. Those who attend one of the Vic Fish Kids events, 32 clinics, which you've done a lot.
Yeah.
They receive a free fishing rod of their own to take home. For more information, visit vfa.vic.gov.au/Vic Fish Kids. And you've got, so Williamstown was a couple of weeks ago. Bashahuli, Lee Rayner there.
Yep.
Bendigo, Sunday, May the 1st, Lee Rayner will be there. Moorabbin, Lee Rayner again at Carkrook Lake on May 15. And May 22, Goulburn Park in Seymour. So spreading it around the state as well.
Absolutely. And we had Vic Fish Kids at Hooked on Lakes as well, fishing off the jetty there.
Okay.
And they caught some cracking fish. Really good fish were caught there. Bream, mullet, trevally. It was wonderful. All the kids were catching fish. So.
And it literally gets the kids hooked.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they love
exactly.
it. They just
And they
have a
get
ball.
to take, someone said to me at Future Fish, because when we started this quite a while ago, that why do you give a kid a fishing rod and reel? And I said, well, if you teach them how to fish, they go away and they don't remember. You give them a fishing rod and it sits in the corner of their bedroom, they're going to go, can I go and use that again, Mum and Dad?
Yeah, it's right. Well, it actually got a bit dangerous down at Hooked on Lakes because at one point there was a number of adults that were trying to push the kids out of the way once they saw all the fish that were getting caught. Going, geez, see that lot, they're getting mullet that were 35 centimetres and good trevally.
That's
it's
awesome.
like
what bait do they use when they're at the saltwater ones?
Yeah, so we had fresh prawns. We had we loaded up on fresh prawns, and we had fresh prawns at all of the bait stations.
Oh,
and
that's
so
fun.
they were using fresh prawn tails, and they were just.
Did I hear someone possibly caught a king or hooked a kingfish?
Well, there's a speculation because it took them straight under the pier
Oh, wow.
and ran and busted the line.
Yeah.
So people that were there when it happened. So.
Well-known place for kingies.
Yeah, well, that's right. And Benny Scullin was there, and he's the yellow buoy out there. Lots of reports of them catching kingies around the yellow buoy, which is only about 20 metres off the fishing platform. So anyway, might have been a kingie snapping onto something.
The one that got away.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, this is a good one. I like this. If you went back 20 years ago, this was secret men's business.
Right.
There we go.
But the headline reads, New Recreational Fishing Licence Trust Advisory Committee is now in place. The Victorian Recreational Fishing Licence Trust Advisory Committee has some new faces we would like to welcome, the VFA would. These are the fine folk that help advise how best to reinvest your licence fees to improve recreational fishing across the state. We took nominations for new members of the Advisory Committee last year, and the 9-person team, including an independent chair, has now been finalised. They've got an array of experiences in the industry and all are passionate anglers dedicated to making this great pastime even better. Here goes the names. These are the new ones. Julia Menzies.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Great person.
For those that don't know Julia, like a great chairperson, been involved in WRF, chair of the Victorian Recreational Fishing Round Table for the past few years, ex-Fisheries staff, married to an ex-Fisheries officer.
No.
Have I got that right?
No.
Fisheries manager? He used to work for
Making
Fisheries,
up rumours
didn't
now.
No.
Jeez, how did I get that wrong?
Yeah. No, nothing. No background with Fisher. Stu Menzies, I think.
Oh, okay. How did I get that wrong? All right.
His partner.
Okay. Doug Brahm, Shay Bloom, Lee Sprue, They've joined the committee. I've got to keep reading this because it's on the screen. They're joining Trelly, Robert Cricks, Joanne Dobson, Nikki Duckstein and Stephen Ralph. They remain on the board and they'll work together to provide advice on rec fishing grants and much more. What a great team.
Yeah, and so for people at home who really don't understand that, so when you pay for your fishing licence, that $9 million that comes in each year, that group of people provide advice as fishers themselves from across Victoria on where that money should be allocated.
Yeah.
So it's not government public servants making that decision, it's fellow rec fishers, and I think the results that we've seen have been fantastic.
So they get to read all the grant applications and things like that and provide advice to you on that?
Yeah.
What about some of the big programs like stocking, some of the money goes towards Snobs Creek operation. There's no, that's a great thing. Do they get to provide advice on that, or are they pretty much locked in programs?
Well, to be honest, like when all of those were set up, there was a pretty strong push towards supporting fish stocking, supporting compliance and supporting habitat. So money was set aside for that so that you could just ensure there was consistency and those things were being properly supported. And there were some changes some years ago with fish stocking, and at that point the Rec Fishing Licence Working Group stepped in and said, well, we don't want to see any reduction in fish stocking, so we want to see that money come through. So they don't annually say, should we change that or should we jump on that? They'll work on the grants themselves. But certainly they have an eye on that and just making sure that that money's being spent appropriately.
Good stuff. All right, this headline is a cracker. This has got the golden tag. I tell you what, it just keeps getting. In fact, we don't have the headline. We only have a picture. This is the story. Stuart from Rye was on his annual camping and fishing trip with a mate to Malakuta when he landed the luckiest spot at the Malakuta Foreshore Caravan Park. Why so lucky? Just days earlier, a camper from the same campsite landed a golden tag dusky flathead. And then, so did Stuart. Let's have a look at the fish. Got it up there. He's winner 143. My mate and I have been heading to Malakuta annually for 11 years. We love it there and the fishing is great, he said. When I caught this flatty, I noticed something on its back but didn't think much of it until we got back to camp. I told my mate and he excitedly said, hold on. So we took another look and were so excited when we saw the winning tag because the other camper had caught one earlier in the week. The park was abuzz and everyone wants to camp on that campsite.
How good is that?
Now, I know, and they're going to yell at us for being over time, but it doesn't matter. We'll be right. Tell us about a golden tag that was it caught today?
I think in the last couple of days, so I don't know specifically.
This is different.
And we've stocked nearly 1,100 fish with golden tags, and some into estuaries. So some have gone into lakes and rivers, but one of our flathead that was stocked into an estuary, we don't know whether it was Malakuta or Tyres or where Winging it might have gone in, but it turned up in Lake Womboyne.
Yep, Womboyne.
Womboyne.
Yep, Womboyne Lake.
In New South Wales in the last 48 hours. And it's been caught and
you can't
captured.
Pay out on that, can you?
No.
Unlucky.
Unfortunately for Golden Tag, it's about promoting tourism across Victoria, and it's been supported by the Victorian government to do that. And this person's done the right thing, and they told us where they caught it. Whereas if they had have jumped in the car and driven down,
don't tell them that now.
Hopefully they're not watching.
Could be worse. It could have been a $10,000 fish.
Yeah, but it does show that fish travel around. They get out and they move about. So that's got out and it's gone into the ocean. It's gone all the way down the coast and headed into Womboyne. So,
wow.
Yeah.
All right, lucky last. One more story to go. Most fishers do the right thing, but one person fishing off Ricketts Point this week had clearly forgotten their fish length ruler. Have a look at this. Fisheries officers inspected their boat and found 7 pinky snapper, all under the minimum size of 28. The smallest pictured was only 22 centimetres. Why would you? The skipper received an on-the-spot fine of $563.
Yeah.
$563. Not worth it.
Most people do the right thing. It's that is the exception rather than the rule. Now, compliance officers can go out there and talk to 100 people and
if we get time later, I want to talk to that because a lot of criticism about that's not harsh enough a penalty. But
sure.
We'll talk about that when we get time. Coming up next, product of the week, and we head into the kitchen with Cara for a school holiday treat. That's next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
product of the week, brought to you by Tackle World.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
So this week's product of the week, we are featuring again our female fishing and outdoor apparel. So we have these beautiful fishing dresses. Hopefully we can see that here.
Yeah.
Now, I personally love these. I live in these when we're out fishing on the water. Super versatile. Just going to turn this around. So we've got the gorgeous air pocket at the back here, so ventilation. We've also got fantastic roll-up sleeves. So you can see that I've got the roll tabs on my sleeves here. They are great for the sun. So
UP50?
they absolutely
That's
are.
what it is,
Yep.
But they're really light too.
They are lightweight, so they, you can get these wet and they dry super quick.
Yep.
All year round, super versatile, especially as we were just discussing, summer's extended here.
Going to go to about June, I think, this year.
Yeah, but we're getting the cold mornings. So you want to start off and you can put your leggings on and you can layer up. And so then as it sort of heats up, you can start to de-layer. So they are a dress. So this is their standard length, which I personally sort of choose to wear as a bit of a tunic length with some leggings underneath. And they do have a mid-riser, which is a new, slightly longer length.
Okay.
And lots of different colours as well. So and they also have a girls range. So the mum and me
For the kids?
special for the kids.
What would you call this colour?
This colour I believe is aqua.
Aqua.
I'm wearing petrol blue. There's watermelon, quite a few other, like a lovely maroon as well, which I've also got. But no, they're a fantastic fishing shirt or dress, and perfect for Mother's Day. And that's just around the corner. So, if you're
Good
looking for a
one.
gift for mum, you can't look
Get
any
her a
further.
shirt dress.
It is, and it's great. Like, it's multi-wear. So you can wear that fishing, you can wear it out to lunch. It doesn't purely say fishing, it's not loud
I reckon
with
if you
colours and
Googled
patterns.
fishing shirt dress, you'd land on
I reckon you would.
to buy them
Just
online and all that sort of stuff.
Have a look back
It's
on
not
the
as busy as some of these fishing shirts you're seeing now that are just so
That's
busy
right.
with so many.
No, they're out.
Fish
They're-
coming out of a snag and all this sort of stuff going
Exactly.
on.
Sublimated shirts
Getting
are out.
attacked
These are in.
Freshwater,
Getting
salt
attacked by a
water,
tiger,
it doesn't matter.
you know.
You're not,
It's like all that stuff
they're lovely.
going on.
They're super tasteful.
Like you could
So-
wear that into a service station and people aren't going to think that, what's
100%.
going
The
on.
other, and like you said, you can wear it with leggings.
Yep.
If you're a Collingwood supporter, you could wear it with Ugg boots as well.
Well,
Sure,
I would on the boat
absolutely,
in the middle of winter, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you drink out of those Ugg boots if you just want an important game of footy first up in the first round. Yeah.
But even good for holidays, like just chuck them over your bathers. Like they're great.
Yeah. Well, it's really lightweight. It looks really,
No, they're great.
Yeah.
Yep, super
Shirt dress.
comfy. Shirt dress.
Get one from mum or girlfriend or wife.
Definitely.
Or partner and all that sort of stuff. All right, Cara. I've watched this cooking segment and I tell you what, this is one for the kids. School holiday time. Let's have a look at Cara in the kitchen this week.
The school holidays are only a few weeks away, so the recipe today is a great one to do with the kids. We're going to make two different types of sushi today, a smoked salmon and albacore tuna. Now to get started, we're going to use sushi rice. Cook that as per the directions on the back of the packet. While the rice is cooking, we're going to marinate our tuna. Before I marinate the tuna, I'm going to cut it into some long strips. So this is a nice long piece. I'm going to cut this in half, then roughly 2 centimetre strips. And I'm using ABC sauce, which is a sweet soy. We'll just coat these nicely and just let them sit for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, our rice should be cooked. So I've just spread it out into a tray to let it cool down a little. To flavour our rice, we're going to add some rice wine vinegar, a little salt, and some caster sugar. Now this gives it that authentic flavour that you get from the sushi shop. And once those sugar crystals have dissolved, pour this over our rice and then just give that a good stir. Going to cook our tuna on a medium heat. Because it's marinated, we don't want it to burn on a high heat. So I've got a splash of oil on a hot pan here. And we'll cook these about a minute each side. They won't take long. I'm using cucumber and avocado for our sushi today. Now we're going to julienne our cucumber. Just nice long thin strips. And same with the avocado, we just want nice long thin slices. Now for the fun part of turning these into our sushi. I'm using a bamboo rolling mat. These are available at the supermarket, but you don't need to use them. It just helps keep your sushi roll nice and firm and tight. we're going to need nori sheets or seaweed paper. So we'll place this delicately onto our bamboo roller and we're going to spread the rice out. Now we want to leave a couple of centimetres at the top and the bottom so that it's going to stick to itself when we roll it. And using the back of a flat spoon or spatula, just press that down so it's nice and even. Just work with it so it's evenly distributed. Now we just want to wet the top and the bottom edge with a little bit of water, and this is going to help it stick when we roll it. Okay. Now we're going to place on our ingredients. So I'm going to put just forward from the edge our tuna, a couple of pieces of the cucumber. Kind of want to keep it fairly narrow and tight. On with our avocado and a little squeeze of mayo. You can get Kewpie mayo, which is a Japanese mayo, but I wasn't able to get any. Okay, so now what we're going to do is hold in the mat. We're going to lift it and turn it. So we kind of want to tuck our fingers in, might get a little messy. Poke them in and then squeeze it tight from this side. Okay, and we're going to continue to turn. Peeling our mat back and squeezing down. Nice rolled edge. Unravel it, and we should have a nice sushi roll. We'll now build our smoked salmon one. We cut these up and plate them. So here we have our beautiful homemade sushi served with some pickled ginger and some soy sauce.
You make that look so easy. That's not fair.
The rice
The
is a
kids
go
can do
everywhere.
it.
There's like about 100 recipes now.
I think when the kids do it, the rice goes everywhere, but it's all part of it. It's fun.
Keep
There
it
you
so
go.
tight.
Just a reminder, 3 hours to go until Travis turns 50. But coming up, Kramer's mailbag, and we take a look at Queenscliff and Lakes entrance boat ramps with pictures taken this morning. That's next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsling's Tackle World Cranbourne. Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start. I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat. Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Welcome back to Talking Fishing. Travis, Dale and Cara Cummings in the house this week, and Trav, I think you got some questions to answer here. Mailbag.
Lots of questions for Cara.
Don't you worry.
Not off the hook.
Cara,
There's some technical stuff here. We'll try you first, Cara.
Sure, I'll
right?
give it a crack.
Hello, Dave and crew. That's Travis and Cara. Love the show as a point for information regarding our fantastic sport. Just wondering if you could clarify a couple of queries for me. I'm going to ask you this first.
Oh, here we go.
All right. Over the years, Gordon writes, I've been told by the purists that you don't wash saltwater fish in freshwater as the freshwater promotes bacteria growth. My question is this true? What water comes out of the tap on our cleaning tables?
That's a good question.
So firstly, is that true? You don't
Look,
wash...
I don't 100%. I don't know if the bacteria thing's true, but I know that you're certainly not supposed to mix, to wash off the salt water. I mean, that's half the flavour of the fish, so you're then tainting the quality of it.
I think it's more about the flavour than...
Yeah, I don't know if it's a bacteria concern.
Yeah. Well, not a lot of people know. I'm actually a doctor. And
Professor.
I haven't operated recently, however, but no, look, I'm exactly the same, and we do that with our fish cleaning tables. If it's a fish cleaning table in a saltwater environment, you want a saltwater tap because you want to be washing those fish
So the
in the saltwater.
tap does come from the ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So
Are they?
retains the taste. Some of them are.
Yeah.
So you're gonna, I was going to know.
Yeah, I was going to say, which ones?
I'll send you a list of those that have got saltwater taps. But
Could you do
Yeah,
that for
that'd be
next
good.
week's show? I'd like to know.
But otherwise, you just grab your
Let's take-
bucket, you know, you
take
do it the
someone at
old-fashioned
Fisheries
way.
about a month to collate that list.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right, second part of the question, because we're going to get yelled at again because we're way over time. Mike, also, I have always bled, gilled and gutted fish and sharks that I'm going to take home as soon as they are landed. Is this legal? As the VFA handbook says that you cannot mutilate any fish before landing it ashore. What are your thoughts? Well, Travis.
Well, I'll say for a start,
This has come up a few
mutilate's a
times.
hard word.
That is a harsh word.
We
Harsh
like to prefer clean or
Dispatch.
prepare and just
Gill
for-
and gut or...
Yeah, gill and gut. And for the viewers at home, really, it's about trying to ensure that we've got the integrity of our catch and bag limit sizes, so that people can't get one species, clean it out on the boat, turn it into fillets, and then say, oh no, this actually wasn't a whiting, this was a snapper, and so that sort of stuff, right? With the sharks, and it's a good question, with the sharks, you can cut their heads off when you're out there. You can gut them and take their heads off if you want to bleed them, but you've got to bring them back in the trunk, basically, so that we can see that it's at the legal size when you've...
Because you measure them differently, do you?
Yeah, well...
Tail.
You don't have to answer that.
right, yeah.
A little in house joking. All right, can we move on? This is related to you. Look, last week I got, as I do, the first week of football, I get carried away, and I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera there, but I did wear a I hate Collingwood badge in honour of Chloe Malloy, great friend of the show. And anyway, the Saints lost. Some smart aleck the next day, Wednesday morning, drops a package off to Tackle World Cranbourne, where I happen to work. And I looked at it and I thought, I'm not unpacking that until we're live on the show. So I don't even know. I don't know what it is.
I'm liking the colours.
I don't know what it is, but it's
Dalmatian style.
What is it?
Oh, hello.
What is it?
Is it a skunk?
Yeah, it looks like a black and white wig to me.
Oh, it's inside. Okay, so hang on, I'm gonna just. They probably want me to. The idiot didn't even write his name on it, but anyway, it's I'll wear this for a little
One of the
bit.
best haircuts you've had in a long time.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Rocco from Lilydale, have a go at this. I tell you, hey, you want to give this a number 2, you can, because I do hate Collingwood. But anyway, Saints off to a terrible start to the year. I don't know why half our players are contracted to not play in round 1, but it seems to be the case.
There, so you're unlucky.
Anyway, thanks to the smart aleck that dropped that off at
No
Tackle
return
World.
dress.
Cranbourne, no, so that one's done. All right, Brett writes, Travis,
Yeah, here we go.
why is commercial netting allowed back in lake tyres when it's banned? Prawns are back at the best they have been for a long time, and now they want to destroy it. People need and enjoy catching their own prawns. They also need to, so they can afford to buy petrol in their boats and not pay $12 for a pack of prawns. Like, you don't.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Are you able to answer this?
Absolutely. So we have got one bait licence in lake tyres, and that may be utilised to get some prawns, some live prawns. What we're hoping is there will be a little bit of common sense, and where that bait licence is utilised, it won't be around the front of the pub there where people are prawning and enjoying. And I've been down there prawning, and a lot of other people have been down there prawning. It's wonderful. There are a lot of prawns in there at the moment, and I did speak to the fisher today that was looking at utilising that, and he was sort of advising that there are some people, whether they're elderly or they've got disabilities or other challenges, they can't go and get their own live prawns. So, I'm sort of half a mind to think there might be room for both here, and so long as there's a separation. But in terms of running out of prawns, and I'd go back to sort of the idea of commercial netting. The bait licence guy would still only be using a dip net and a bucket. So we're not talking about a large prawn.
Not going to do it for. Okay. All right, let's keep moving on. Jeff writes, hey, David, living in magnificent Malakuta, I love seeing generations of anglers. My concern is the bag limits for black brim. These amazing slow-growing fish are a privilege to catch, but at the moment there is no breeding like many other species. To see 10 brim per person per day seems excessive. Is there anything that can be achieved to gain more respect for bream for generations to come? Travis.
Yeah, and so there's two ways that we manage this. One is what a reasonable day's take is, and the other one is what is the sustainability catch limit. And in terms of black bream and malakuta and ties and others, they're going gangbusters at the moment. So we don't have a sustainability issue in terms of the management. So it's what's a reasonable day's take. And a malakuta is a fair drive for a lot of people, and being able to take 10 bream or and have that as a feed for the family and friends, I know that there are mixed views on it, but it's not something we're looking at changing at the moment. Yeah.
Alrighty. This one's to Adam, and Adam's not, he'll answer this. Any polarised sunnies great for fishing that fit to prescription glasses, so people with prescriptions can also benefit. I think this was in relation to last week. We did the Spotters Sage, ladies ones. Mine cost $1,200, so getting a second prescription pair polarised for fishing isn't a viable option, but reasonably priced add-on polarised sunnies will suffice. If I can get them, well, I'll tell you what, the good people at Spotters, they do prescription glasses. They're not $1,200. Just get into your local tackle shop that has Spotters sunglasses and they'll sort you out. And this one here came through late. Question for Travis.
I think I know this one.
Ruby K from Glen Iris.
Oh, Ruby.
12 years old.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, yes. She writes, Travis.
Yeah.
I've been on a houseboat with you twice,
right.
and you have never caught a fish. Why do you go on talking fishing when you can't actually catch a fish? Is that true?
Is
Ruby? I thought you every now and then you send a photo of a fish in.
Yeah.
Are they yours?
Well, they do get caught on boats that I'm on, and I will shout out to Ruby and thank you for pointing that out, Ruby. That's wonderful. Next time we are on the houseboat, I'm not going to tie the boat up. I am going to let it drift down the river in the middle of storms.
I've actually been, you're at the event at Lake Tyers every year that I go to, and I've actually never seen you land a fish. So I'm with Ruby. I know Ruby. All right.
Thanks,
now,
Ruby.
if you'd like to write into Kramer's mailbag like Ruby, this is what you have to do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
Terrible, that Collingwood wig, I tell you. Anyway, all right. Couple of big boat ramps being rebuilt at the moment. The first one is Queenscliff, and we've got a couple of photos here. We might put them up while we talk about it. This is Queenscliff today. There's some big sheet piles there. Works are underway and the contractor is mobilised on site. The first major works will include the driving of 6-metre sheet piles which will form the new seawall. The first stage of sheet piling driving commenced yesterday. Boilermakers on site cutting all sheet piles to required lengths in preparation for remaining sheet pile install. The set out of the civil works is underway. Demolition of the boat ramp will occur in the next 2 weeks, with preparation for 3 brand new boat ramp lanes. Better Boating Victoria heard that St Leonard's was shallow, while Queenscliff. So good on you, Catherine. Worked with the Bellarine Bayside to undertake maintenance dredging last week at St Leonard's to take overflow boat traffic during closure at Queenscliff. So that's all been dredged at St Leonard's and fully operational there.
Yeah, so
good work.
So what Catherine's done then is not the fact that Queenscliff's going to be closed. It's not just say, well, there's other ramps. It's to make sure those other ramps can be used. And because Catherine and the team had picked up St Leonard's, needed to be dredged, got in there and got that happening, so that people wouldn't go to Queenscliff and go, oh, spewing. It's closed, and head to St Leonard's, go, I can't get out because of the sand. It's just fantastic work. They really care. They're doing a great job.
Better Boating Victoria do have big plans for St Leonard's and I think it's
Port Arlington or
Point Richards along there.
Point Richards.
Yeah, there's some big work about to happen. That's the next on the drawing board.
Catherine. Point Richards.
And North Arm down at Lakes Entrance. If you know Lakes Entrance, you go over the bridge on your right hand side. There's a boat ramp there. East Gippsland Shire have advised that the whole facility upgrade of North Arm will not be completed in advance of the school holidays Easter period as planned. This is due to piling works taking longer than anticipated due to the geo-technical conditions at the site, which are quite unstable. I think we've got a photo here of what that's looking like at the moment. So there's a bit of work going on there. Boat ramp's not finished. The new plan is to complete the upgrade to the boat ramp prior to Easter so that the whole facility, except the existing fixed timber jetty, which has been partially demolished, can be open for public use over the Easter long weekend. So the boat ramp will be open over the long weekend. That's the new boat ramp. East Gippsland Shire is working with a contractor to ensure that the existing fishing gantry is available for use when the boat ramp is opened over Easter. East Gippsland Shire's priority is to minimise the impact to public use of the boat ramp over Easter, and that'll be communicated to the Angling Club either late today or tomorrow, so probably tomorrow on that one. So there you go. Bit of work going on in the boat ramp scene.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Construction happening everywhere. I think what was the thing? Geotechnical thing.
Yeah.
I think that's the code.
They've hit rock.
Or there's a lot of sand. There's more sand than they thought there was there. But no, it's great work.
Alrighty, coming up, the all-important hotspots. We've got plenty more to chat about with Travis and Cara next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
The Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron is a trailer boat and social club on Port Phillip Bay. The club has a great range of facilities, including multiple boat ramps, ample car and trailer parking, boat wash and fish cleaning, fishing competitions and boat safety lectures, boating activities and club events, a restaurant and 2 bars. Easy launch and retrieval makes for a relaxing time on the water for you, your family and friends to enjoy. And boating memberships are now available. The Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron, the best trailer boat experience on the bay.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And now the segment you've all been waiting for, Fishing Hotspots, brought to you by the Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron, Melbourne's premier trailer boat club.
All right, the all-important hotspots. Another cracking weekend coming up, and I think
good weather.
temperatures in the mid-20s again this
27.
weekend. So good.
It's like spring, you know.
Yeah.
It's
It is.
incredible.
Yeah. All right. Coles Channel's the first one. King George Whiting over on that western side of Port Phillip Bay. It's a great little spot there, the Coles Channel, and some good whiting over that side. Good 40-centimetre whiting.
Yeah. And I'll just say it's 7 or 8 days, and there'll be no more nets in Port Phillip Bay.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So,
1st of April.
Yeah, that's right. And so you think about it, like it's huge.
That is big.
Yeah. That is good. All right, the next one. Adam's been predicting this for weeks now. As that water temperature comes down, the snapper would bite again. Some cracking snapper being caught off Mount Martha. That's absolutely fantastic.
But we'll start to see the resident all year round snapper, won't we?
Well, I think these, we're talking 6 to 8 kilo fish being caught there.
Right.
So it's almost like the start of snapper season all again. So been absolutely fantastic. All right, the next one, Stony Point, King George Whiting. It's one of the places to go in Western Port. It's been absolutely fantastic. So you launch at Stony Point, you go about 2 minutes from the ramp and there's whiting everywhere.
What would you say is the most popular bait? I know that you love using your cuttlefish, but what would people still on pippies, strips of squid?
People are paying $20-something for pippies.
When you compare to what they would pay though for a kilo of whiting, you know, to go and catch them, you know,
it's still good.
Absolutely.
It's a funny thing in Western Port is people use mussel.
No, well, that's what they were using down at the Gippsland Lakes. Mussel. All the locals are using mussel off the end of the piers, and some of the secrets I got, people were soaking them in salt, or just like they were salting them and freezing them, or vinegar, and they were. It gave them a tougher composition because when you just get them off the end of the pier, the sort of hook would go through them. But a lot of people would just use a mussel, free bait, bait straight.
Cara, I just had a thought. I can't find your list of all those. You've got about 5 episodes to go. No,
We did mussels.
I want Pippi.
Yeah, right.
Pippies.
What did you do? A Pippi recipe?
Yeah, Pippi marinara.
Got to be able to find them though, don't we?
Well, you have to get a bank loan. But anyway, all right, I've got to keep going on this. Be great if Heidi was on the teleprompter showing me what was next. But I've got a cheat sheet because she's fallen. Heidi in the corner has actually fallen asleep in the studio. It's all good.
Leave her alone.
But anyway, Heidi keeps this show running, I tell you.
Backbone Heidi.
San Remo, King George Whiting. That's the next one.
Did I tell you the nets were coming out?
Out of Port Phillip Bay,
right,
nowhere near San Remo, but anyway, King George Whiting. All right, let's head up to Travis, if you can tell us about this one, Lake Eildon, Yellows and Redfin. That's the next hotspot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yellows around?
Yeah, Yellows around, and the hotspot where they're really going at the moment is up the Goulburn Arm towards Jamison. So there's some areas there as you head up towards the boat ramp at Jamison, all the way up the arm, but there are paddocks of reddies at the moment, and amongst them, really good yellows. We were getting yellows on just gold vibes, just bobbing them in the trees. And the reddies, scrub worms. You know, I've got a friend up there who swears by mealworms or other worms. But if you are heading to Eildon and you want to feed, or if you're up that way, head to the Goulburn Arm, right up the Goulburn Arm towards Jamison, in about 12 foot of water, so about 3 to 4 metres. You'll be tempted to go to the 6 to 7 metres, but just get into the 3 to 4 metres. They're sitting there, good fish.
Cara, you, before the show, we're talking about redfin.
Yeah.
You rattled off some lakes. What were they that redfin are prolific?
Is doing really well.
Yep.
Lake Pikes Reservoir.
Yep.
Is that on the way to Bendigo or
Ballarat.
something?
Ballarat, Land.
Yeah,
that
it's
way.
out the landway. You just bucket loads out there.
Yeah, okay. There you go. All right, getting yelled at. And lucky last, Lake Tyers prawns get on them. There are bucket loads.
Well, it's I mean, you're waiting for it to finish, you know what I mean? Like, it's every weekend. You think that's going to be the end of it, and then the next weekend you just see more and more.
Don't worry about the moon phase because they're not running. There's no tide. The entrance is closed and there's lots and lots of prawns.
Get the kids out there instead of the old lemonade stand. They have a prawn stand.
If you've never done it before, just have a crack at it. It's so easy.
Absolutely. Hey, don't forget, if you want to listen on 3MP to Adam and I every Saturday morning, 6 till 7, and we're on the podcast as well. So some great stuff on there. We talk live to all the charter guys and all that sort of stuff. Got to give that a bit of a plug every Saturday morning. Talking fishing on 3MP. Hey, Trav, thanks for coming in.
Wonderful to be here.
We've run out of time.
No, it's great to be here. Thank you.
I did have some more questions.
I felt so much younger when I used to be on this show.
We had 2.5 hours until you're 50. Cara, as always, thank you for your contribution.
Pleasure.
It's always good. That's it for Talking Fishing. Hope you enjoyed the show. Only one more full weekend of daylight savings. I'm going to keep reminding people of that, and it's all over. Make the most of it. Can you send us your pick of prawns if you're heading to Lake Tyers too? Want to see some prawn photos. Until we see you again next week on Talking Fishing, please stay safe on the water and enjoy your fishing. Go Saints!
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. We got all you need, just take a look. Watch those fish jump on your hook. So just relax and take your time. Enjoy the show, then drop us a line. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing.
Have a good weekend, Mr. Walker.
You too, son.